Hey, this is your cruise director here, GTT. Hey, I went on vacation in Florida a couple of days ago with my girlfriend to stay for a week and a day. And when I was down in Orlando, Florida, I took a stroll to the Fashion Square Mall. And here's the Fashion Square Mall in one of the corridors. Here is Macy's. And this mall features a Dillard's and a food court. The food court is completely closed. No restaurants open. Here's an entrance of the mall. And I like the way it looks. Looks very clean. And it doesn't really look dated to me. It just looked like maybe it could use a little bit of cleaning. But I like the entrance. I also like that logo up there too. I like the way their logo look. I think it's very modest and very clean looking. Fashion Square Mall. Here's a Dillard's uh, clearance clearance store, and whenever you see a Dillard's clearance store anywhere, it doesn't matter where it's at. When you see a clearance store in a mall, that is not a good sign for that particular mall when you see a clearance or outlet store. Also, this mall features a indoor cinema, but you can access the cinema from the outside of the mall. And here's the entrance of the cinema. It's called Premier 14, excuse me. And believe it or not, this mall has new title movies. You would think a dying mall would have spin-off in old movies that they can mark down and sell out there, but this movie theater actually has new movies, so that's kind of weird for a dead mall. Here's the outside of the former JC Penney's, and straight ahead, as you can see, is the parking garage. It looks like it's a 3-level parking garage, I believe. Here's the other side of the former JC Penney's department store, which is shuttered and gone. As you can see, the security gate is down over the entrance and it's closed and completely abandoned, apparently. That's pretty cool right there. I like that walkway coming from the parking garage, headed over to the former JC Penney's department store anchors. That's pretty cool. But this mall is in bad shape. Here's another entrance into the mall. But yeah, this mall is on life support right now. It is in very bad shape. Most of the stores had done left. I think it's only 2 restaurants here at the Orlando Fashion Square Mall. Um, as you can see, no one's coming out. It looks pretty desolate. You see no one walking around with any shopping bags in their hands. You don't even see a human being. It looks like a ghost town, basically. I'm in the back of the mall here. Um, the parking garage, as you can see, has cars there, but them cars are mostly Planet Fitness members that parks in that section of the parking garage because Planet Fit Planet Fitness is close by, very close. Just walk across the streets right there. So that's the only reason you see people there. But if it wasn't for Fitness, it would be pretty much hardly no cars at all. Um, I'm gonna come around here. This is an anchor that I believe probably probably was Sears at one time. I'm not sure. I'm thinking that this used to be the former Sears, but I'm just not sure. It looks pretty big, so I'll probably say it probably was. Um, if I'm wrong about that, hey guys, leave a comment down below and correct me on that one. Um, I'm gonna take a ride around the other side of the mall and stroll into the parking garage. And as you can see, the parking garage is pretty empty here. It has a few cars, but it's not packed, not even close to being packed. And this is a pretty huge parking garage. Um, Mostly all these cars are Planet Fitness members, automobiles here, so that's not good. Here's the front entrance of Planet Fitness outside of the mall, and the building, it looks pretty good. It's in pretty good condition. Um, as you can see, it's no one hardly walking. You don't see anyone in the mall. I say in 100 feet, you don't see nobody walking. Here's another section of the parking garage. There's an elevator right there. I believe the elevators are probably shut off because this mall is a dead mall almost, just about. Yeah, that's that walkway I was talking about, coming from the former J.C. Penney's to the leading to the parking garage. I'm gonna take a walk up there to the top of the parking garage and check the situation out, see how things are going up there. Off to my right side is the former Sears. When I come around, going up the stairs here, leading to the top of the parking garage. Okay, over there is the former J.C. Penney's. What I meant to say, not Sears. And I'm gonna check this out up here. And as you can see, it looks like a ghost town. It's absolutely no one as far as the eye can see. There is nothing going on up here. It just looks barren. You take a look from the walkway coming from the former J.C. Penney's, and take a look there. Here is Macy's from the view from the top of the parking garage, and it is just barren up here. I don't think that security camera works anymore. It actually looks like it's been shot out or something. I'm gonna take another look at the Premiere 14 cinema movie theater. It looks like that digital sign probably does not work anymore. Orlando Square Mall. Orlando Square Mall was built in 1973. It features 79 stores and also is over a million square feet of shopping space. So this is a pretty big mall. Here's the other side of the Dillard's clearance store, and it's pretty sad, man. It's pretty sad. This store looks pretty big from the outside, so I'm gonna take a look in there with my camera and show you what's going on. And pretty much nothing much of anything is going on. I'm gonna zoom in there, and it looks like I don't see nobody in there. I don't see nobody buying anything or shopping. I think The part that is open is you can see the store has been blocked off and been you don't see no one, so they done blocked most of the store off, and it's a pretty good sized department store too. I'm gonna take a look over here. It's just nobody in. I don't see nobody in there. Zoom in. It looks pretty dark in there too. Like most of the lights have been turned off. You can tell. It looks pretty dead. But them clothes are marked down. Yeah, clearance clothes. So I believe they came from another Dillard's from around the country, and they probably sent a lot of their old stuff that they can't sell retail price anymore, and they sent it to this store because this mall is a low performer, I believe. So I'm pretty sure Dillard's is sending their marked down stuff here to this location at the Fashion Square Mall. Let's go take a look at the Macy's, and I'm gonna go around the Macy's here. Let's take a look at the Macy's. This Macy's department store is actually pretty big. It is fully operational, except for this security camera. I believe this security camera probably doesn't work anymore. It looks pretty dusty and dirty. Um, but yeah, this store is it's fully operational. There's store hours right here. Let's take a look in there. Yeah, it look like it's fully operational. It's packed with clothes, products, and um, everything is in there. Um, I don't know how long this Macy's is gonna last here because this mall is pretty dead. Almost, it's done lost most of its department stores inside the mall, and I just don't think this location is gonna last. I'll say the store will be closed in 2024. I would say this mall will be gone. Here's a Panera Bread. I take that back. The mall will still be here. The Macy's will be gone. I guaranteed in 2024. Also, this Panera Bread is one of the dirtiest, ran down Panera Breads I have ever seen in a long time. This right here, I think, used to be a restaurant, and as you can see, it's done shattered. It's closed down. I'm gonna go back around, just take a look at the floor and decoration. Uh, Anchor. Now this Anchor is doing pretty good. When I came here, it was pretty busy at the store. I think this used to be the former Sears. Sears closed down in 2016 at the Fashion Square Mall. So here's a look at the parking garage from the other side of floor and decoration, and um, it looks pretty ran down to me. If you look at it, even the Planet Fitness sign looks kind of faded out and dirty, and kind of it just doesn't look that great. Here's the spa and salon um, company I was talking about. It's a small business owner, but it looks like it's not even open. Let's go ahead and venture off inside the Orlando Square Fashion Mall. Now, looking at this, I know you see a bunch of stores on this directly, but most of these stores are gone. They have packed up and left because this mall just cannot perform like it used to back in the day. It's it's hardly no foot traffic here. They have turned off the AC unit, It is very humid inside this mall. I'm I am here on a sunny, pretty brisk hot day. So it is hot up in here with no AC. The mall opened in 1973. It features 79 stores and it is over a million square feet. The mall anchors are Macy's Floor and Decoration and Dillard's clearance store. As you can see, it's not much going on here. No one inside that store. It is shuttered. This mall looks pretty much desolate. Even this gumball machine looks like it just looks kind of dirty and kind of ran down. Located in Orlando, Florida, Fashion Square Mall. This end of this corridor here just kind of smelled musty. It was a musty odor down there, and I think somewhere behind the wall somewhere is probably mold, a lot of mold, because I could smell it in that section of the um, door core there. I believe this was a men's uh, men's warehouse store. I can't tell because the sign looks pretty dark and kind of black, like a black look. Can't tell. Not really sure what this used to be. But you could tell this. I mean, it's in bad shape here. Uh, Matter of fact, I don't know how long this mall is going to be able to even survive at this point. I mean, it's 2023 right now, and what it's kind of scary. I don't know what this mall is going to look like the next year. The only thing I can say is that every last store could be gone next year because this process is happening pretty quick. I will not be surprised if every last of these storefronts be abandoned. But the mall is in pretty good shape though. I didn't see any buckets catching water. I didn't see a whole lot of ceiling damage. I believe this probably used to be a T-Mobile, maybe. I'm probably wrong about that. I don't know what it is. But the mall look like it's in pretty good shape. I don't see a whole lot of vandalism. Um, I don't see a whole lot of damage to the mall. I don't see a whole lot of damage to the ceilings. The floors look pretty good. It's a pretty nice looking mall. By most part, it's pretty clean. Um, it's being kept up a little bit, but it is awfully hot and humid inside this mall. Most of the AC units, well, what I meant to say, Central Air units has been shut off. Climate control has been shut off in this mall, and so it's mostly hot throughout the mall, humid. When I was in here filming, I started sweating a whole lot, and I started to get thirsty. There go, there go the dealers right there. So that interest looked like it's shut, so you can't enter that. So I don't know how we get in dealers. Maybe dealers might be closed today. Not quite sure. I like the architect. That looks pretty nice. I like that. As far as the eyes can see, you see nobody anywhere. I mean, it just looks like it just looks desolate. You just don't see anybody. I mean, I don't know how these stores are going to be to survive inside this mall because it's absolutely no one shopping. I mean, like every once in a while I'll see somebody walking or I see somebody shopping, but most of the part I'm not seeing nobody doing anything as far as like going to a department store to go shop. I don't see nobody with no shopping bags. I don't even see anybody even walking. So this mall is in bad. It's in bad shape. I mean, I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know how much longer it's going to survive. This is the ancient clock there, the monumental clock at the stage. I know a lot of y'all Orlando residents like remember used to remember that. That is where a lot of events, a lot of special times gonna happen. I wasn't there, but I just heard about it. And there's the ceiling. I like that. I like them arches up there, little arches, and the whitewash look. Very nice. Here I am in the elevator. I'm gonna give you a shot going down in the elevator of the famed stage with the clock. That's a nice. I just want to give you a nice shot. I think that's a pretty nice shot there. That probably bring back a lot of memories from when y'all guys used to go to this mall when y'all was teenagers. I bet that brought back a lot of memories. I'm walking down this corridor right here, and it's just absolutely nothing. The only store I see is these two stores. Off to the right, you see that white wall across from Champs. That white wall, that used to be stores there. It's been walled off now. It's been completely walled off to make it look like it was made that way when the mall was built, and it's just to try to cover up, the devastation, the lost businesses, the lost jobs, just cover up just cover it all up. That's all I can tell you, to make it look like it was never there. And we know behind that sheetrock, there used to be stores there over there. I mean, look at that. It's just absolutely no one here to buy anything because it's hardly nothing inside this mall to buy anymore. I mean, that's incredible. Look at that. It's just the only business you see when I'm facing this way with my camera is Macy's. Because all you see is Macy's right there. There's nothing there. I mean, when Macy's closed, it's gonna be nothing in there. And when you walk up here, you're not even gonna even see Macy's. This mall is owned by UP Developments International. I don't know what company or what real estate company or organization that is, but it's owned by UP Development International. So I mean this is a very nice looking mall. It really is. I, I like I like the architect working here. I like um, the way some of the storefronts look. I like the ceiling looks nice, and the flooring looks nice in a lot of the sections throughout the mall. Look like over here off to the left, we have found a art store, some type of art store, but it's like no one's there. Like whoever is renting that space, it's like they just are not gonna go to work today because it's no one, it's no customers. So why should I go to work? It's boring. So why should I even bother? Now it's listed online that this mall has 38 stores in it. I think that's way less than from what I see today when I walked in here. From what we see, it looks like it's a lot less than 38 stores. I don't see 38 stores and services inside this mall. I only saw one security guard, and I I did manage to walk past her, but I wasn't filming. I just walked past her and she didn't say anything to me. She did look at me when I walked past her and she didn't say anything, so I continued to film throughout the whole time I was here at the mall. I wish I knew most of the stores that used to be here because you can't most of the time you can't tell because they done took the label scars down or the signs down on most of these stores in here. So it just looks like it's the end of the retail world, basically, to be honest. I mean, times are changing, and let's just face it, no one's going inside these malls anymore to spend money. And I can't blame it on the shoppers. I mean, when you really look at the whole picture, um, things are just not the same anymore. I mean, a lot of these malls, I think the owners, when they get tenants, I think they jack up the rent a lot of times, and the rent is just a little too high in the first place. So I think it's a little bit of greed going on. I understand that, it's a whole business thing and you try to get as much money if you are a landlord or whatever, but I think the rent is just absolutely absurd in some of these malls. Now, these doors right here don't even close. They just kind of stay open. As you can tell, I'm pushing on it and the door come back, it just doesn't close. So that tells me right there maintenance is very poor at this mall. But it does have a maintenance person here because at the same time it looks like it looks too clean. And also most of the lights inside the mall are actually on. So this mall still doesn't look that bad because a lot of the lights are still on. Some other malls I've been to that are dead malls or dying malls, most of the fixtures and the lights have not been replaced. So when you go inside a dead mall like that, it just looks dark. It looks much darker than it is. Now, this mall had a lot of light when I went there to visit Fashion Square Mall. So it wasn't like a dark type thing. $1,085,000 square feet. 1 million of square feet space. This mall is pretty big. Not the biggest mall I ever seen or heard about, but it's a pretty good sized mall. Over here, it kind of looks like they done block off some stores again and trying to make it look like it's, I guess, alive in here. Trying to make it look like it's lively and not dying, which is not working. So, I mean, I got to give them a hand. They're trying. They're trying to make it, look like it's got some business going on here, and it's really not. And when you look down here, I don't know what this used to be down here. Maybe this was the former Sears. I'm not sure what it is. I can't tell what this used to be, but it's clearly an anchor store. But I don't know what it was, and I mean, it's incredible. You don't see nobody. I mean, look at that. I mean, I literally felt like I was walking inside of an abandoned building. When I was walking, that's when I started feeling that this place was kind of abandoned, but it's not. But I kind of felt like it was. I don't know when that Annie Ant's closed down. That probably been closed for quite some time. Here's a view from the elevator. I'm gonna give you a view from the elevator going up. I want to go back up because I want to show you a little bit of the movie theater, the cinema, the Premiere 14, and that looks pretty nice. You see how nice that looks? It looks nice and clean. I like the floors, the ceilings. It looks nice. But the thing is that I don't know how long this movie theater is going to be able to survive inside this mall, because it is so dead here. And back over here, it just looks dark. I mean, you don't see anything over there. Look at that. I believe this is probably maybe part of the food court from the other side. I don't know. But I'm gonna turn around, go back this way, because it's just nothing. It just looks desolate there. It's just nothing going on. There's this inside the movie theater. It actually looks nice in there. It's probably a very decent movie theater, because they play new titles here. There's new movies being played here. Ain't nothing old. Look like it's kept up. Whoever owned this movie theater they kind of care about it, in a sense. They're trying to stay here as long as they can. They're trying to make it work, but it's just probably going to. It's probably going to close, more than likely. And I'm thinking, I give this mall next year, it will be shuttered. I guarantee. This movie theater will be closed next year. I could be wrong, but I just have a feeling that in 2024, this place will be closed down. It also, if this movie theater closed down, it could be the final nail in the coffin, to be honest with you. I would say Macy's and the cinema was to leave this mall. I guarantee this mall, it will probably be the final nail in the coffin for Fashion Square Mall in Orlando, Florida. I mean, it's a shame too, because I think this is a beautiful mall. and I think it deserves a second chance, to live. I mean, it's like it's not even tore up. I mean, right now, if companies was to move in all at the same time, some kind of way, and fill all these department storefronts up with actually stores and department stores and ankle stores. Say if this Dillard's came back and just made it a regular Dillard's, and all these stores open up, I guarantee this would not be no dead mall. This mall would survive, but I don't see that happening. There's no turning back the other way because it's too late now. Here's the back of the house back here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the restrooms. And to be honest, this restroom actually is pretty clean. I don't smell no bad odors in here. It's actually smell pretty fresh in here. The floors look clean. There's no trash. That trash has been emptied. The sinks look pretty clean. Somebody is cleaning the place. So it's holding on. It's holding on, but it's just no one here doing anything. I mean, how is the mall owners or any of the people in this mall, any of the store owners are supposed to make any money? How is they supposed to make any money if it got no traffic walking through here? It's just totally impossible to stay here. And everything will have to shutter. Well, also another thing I want to touch on too, when I was here with my stay and then coming to the Fashion Square Mall in Orlando, Florida, to do some filming to document this place, I found when I was here, I drove around before I went into the mall and kind of drove around, the neighborhood, looked around the community than which this mall sits in, and it looked like it's a very decent community. It doesn't look like this mall closed up because of crime. It looked like this mall is failing because I would say a couple number of reasons why. I have my theories. I would say online shopping is definitely not good for this mall. That's another reason why. And the other reason why is probably the mall owners. They're not doing a good job of keeping companies inside this mall, keeping tenants. So it's a combination of things of why this mall is failing. I don't think it's the community where it sits in. I don't think it's in a bad area. I just think that the mall is kind of ran down a little bit, and the company who owns the mall just doesn't really care. They don't want to put money back into it, so they're not trying to keep anybody major here to stay in. So with that said, I don't think this place is going to last very long. I would give Fashion Square probably 3 years at tops. I say 3 years. It's probably lights out.